this is what they didn't tell you about the new year. So January 1st ain't my new year. I know if you work in the professional arena or you're part of the workforce, January is, the top of the year for you. But the legal new year was March 25th up until like 1752. Why do we even have a new year that starts in January? It's interesting when you look into the places that have adopted the Gregorian calendar. Places like China and Japan didn't even adopt it until the early 1800s, right? There's parts of Russia that didn't even adopt it until the 1900s. There's also parts of the world that still have not adopted the Gregorian calendar. The interesting thing about the vernal equinox is it literally starts at the beginning, the first date of Aries season. The vernal equinox occurs on March the 19th or March the 20th. In the northern hemisphere, it's, for some people, the spring equinox. And what makes this day significant is it is the turning point of seasons from winter to spring. Now, around September 22nd, you'll find it in the southern hemispheres. Historically, the vernal equinox or the spring equinox is the time of the year where we have balanced day and night. And energetically, what that means is in that hemisphere, there's a reset, an energetic reset happening. And with the Gregorian calendar, what happened was Pope Gregory the 13th in the Catholic Church was trying to get the Easter holiday on the calendar as close to the vernal equinox as possible, right? So these quacks could do their, rituals that, involved unaliving and other activities involving people younger than them, if you could pick up what I'm putting down. So the large part of the Gregorian calendar being constituted was Pope Gregory trying to figure out how to manipulate these days to get this holiday as close to this energetic portal as possible. What happened is the calendar ended up with 11 extra days. It's one of the reasons why we have leap years in the Gregorian calendar. But if you pay attention to energy in the northern hemisphere and you are attuned to the energetic flow and the energetic current, you realize that first, the vernal equinox is at the beginning of Aries season. When you take a dive into the astrological energies, or we'll say the astrological bodies, you realize that Aries is the beginning of all things. It's the ignition, right? In a natal chart setup, Aries is the first house. The energetic new year is always going to be around, close to, or on the day of the vernal or spring equinox, which is the beginning of Aries season. Why would I celebrate my new year at a time when things are still cold and in hibernation? Doesn't it seem better to celebrate your new year at the time when things are springing forth and coming out of their hiding place? January 1st ain't my new year. If you want to tap into the flow of the energetic currents of the planet, take some time around March 19th, March 20th, March 21st, and put out your intentions for the year. And wait until March of the following year to see how those energies have played out. In most of the places where the Gregorian calendar was passed, before it was passed, the new year was always in March. Hey, January ain't my new year, but for a lot of people, the reason why they cannot keep hold of these resolutions or maintain discipline during this time because it's not the energy of newness. It's not the energy of new beginning. It's a cardinal earth energy. And if we want to dissect this from an astrological perspective, the Capricorn energy is a cardinal earth energy. So that energy being directly associated with Saturn is about the return of things, right? Things coming back around. And I don't want to use the word karmic, but just for the sake of conversation, the karmic return of things, right? The balancing out of things, the leveling out of things. That's not a new year, a new beginning. That's a coming to terms time, right? If we notice, Capricorn season is when we have to pay taxes, pay dues, karmic return, right? Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. And then as we step into Aquarius season in February, we're dealing with more of a sense of consciousness, cognitive awareness, right? More using the logic and the mental abilities, the mental capacity, right? To function on our day-to-day. Then we reach Pisces, or when you dissect the Pisces energy from a physical body perspective, Pisces represents the feet, right? The summation of all things. When you look at it from a more energetic perspective, Pisces being a mutable water energy, right? There's a constant flow. That's why one of the symbols of Pisces is the fish flowing upstream and downstream, like the constant flow of things, right? So there's no way possible that we will start fresh then. But then as we approach Aries season, which is cardinal fire, the ignition, something being started, which is also spring, things springing forth, that's the best time to set your New Year's resolutions and intentions. That's the best time that if you do want to go to the gym, to get yourself in the gym. That's the best time to make clear decisions on the trajectory of the next 365 days of your life. So let's start fresh from March 19th, 20th, or 21st. So Happy New Year. So if you enjoyed this content and you'd like to see more of it, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you again.